I'd say keep them in your bag in case of an emergency. Encased by spiders' webs. Not sure how interesting this is, it might be incredibly boring. There's always someone, isn't there? Didn't really need them.
Hi, I'm an amateur YouTuber, and I've tried making gaming videos as well as audiobooks, but I've never really found my niche. When camping in Hathersage in June, I decided to film some of my walks using my rudimentary phone. I realised how little I knew about trees, considering how much I like being in nature. So I took it upon myself to try and identify the different trees I encountered. I plan to get a proper camera and make more videos of walks and trees in the future. There was one tree, however, that I couldn't identify, and I have included footage of this at the end of the video.
Okay, so this is just a test video to see how it comes out. I've just come to the Stanage Edge, and looking down at the, I think it's a Lady Bower Reservoir, and I can see Sheffield in the distance as well. Just turn the camera around so you can look. Fine, I'll just show you like this. So up that way is Stanage Edge. We're swinging back round. Down here is the reservoir. And then over in the distance, which you probably can't see on this camera, is Sheffield. About 6.9 miles away. Yeah, climb up Stanage Edge isn't that bad actually. I'm camping down in Hathersage where there was quite a big midge problem. I managed to get some insect repellent today from the reception, so that's kind of helped a bit. Yeah, when I camped yesterday evening it was raining, it was a bit sodden, there was just midges everywhere, just swarming all over the place. So I pretty much just had to stay in my tent. I went up and sat on the hill for a bit just to kind of chill out, but even more midges everywhere, so that didn't go very well. So I'm just approaching the reservoirs now. I know one of them is Lady Bower. I don't actually know all of their names. Just turn the camera around so you can have a look. Don't really have a zoom function, so I'm not sure how much you're seeing of that. I came here a few years ago, I think it was Lady Bower, and it was pretty much empty. There's only like a little bit of water right in the middle. Probably a couple of years ago, 2 years ago now. So that was quite shocking. But yeah, just approaching it now. So here's the reservoir in its entirety. It's definitely not Lady Bower, I got that wrong. Just over that lip, just straight ahead there, down and beyond there is Sheffield. Yeah, it's quite nice. Meant to be a large population of water voles knocking around this area as well. I don't think I've ever actually seen one, so if I see one I'll try and film it, but I think it's very unlikely. But anyway, yeah. I'm just making my way to come back down across Stanage Edge. It's actually quite hot and humid today. I made the mistake of wearing waterproof trousers, which are very good by the way, about 30 quid. Good material, but if it's anywhere near humid or warm, they're not very good for going on long treks on a tour. I'd say keep them in your bag in case of an emergency, because they really do protect you from rain and cold water. Waterproof raincoat as well, it's only about 20 quid. Very lightweight, but does the job. Didn't really need them, although it is quite cold in the wind. Anyway, I'm just going to go back down over Stanage Edge, and I think I'll probably head back to the campsite. I had 2 ration packs for lunch. We're looking at probably about 800 calories between the two of them, so it's quite a bit. I'm already getting hungry again now after been walking for about an hour, so I think I'll go back and cook some noodles and check on the midge situation. So just over that edge, that lip there, that's Stanage Edge. You can see not very well. Got the whole Hope Valley like in front. Got Castleton, Hope, Edale. Got Mam Tor pretty much directly ahead, but it's not zoomed in very well. Let me see if that makes it any better. It's pretty low quality now. I'll take a closer one when I get a bit nearer to them. So just going on another walk. It's about 20 to 10 in the morning. Really nice weather, blue skies, very sunny. Just going to show you one of the other walks. It's right next to the campsite at North Lees in Hathersage. Been trying to read up on trees to try and identify them a bit more. I mean, I know oak trees, they're probably my favourite, but I don't really know just by looking at a tree's leaves exactly what type it is. So I'm trying to read up on that a bit. Got a little guide that shows you the leaves and tells you which tree it is. Predominantly seems to be oak trees in this little forest that I'm coming up to now. I'll just show you. That's the way I've just come. That's the Bronte house there. This is a lovely little walk that goes by a stream through the forest. What's this tree coming up here? I just like the shape of them. Really nice. Another big one up there, see? Holly. Some more. Careful with this gate. Alright, so what's this here? Is this Rowan then? This one that I thought was Birch. Yeah, I think that's Rowan. Or is it Ash? No, Ash has bigger leaves, isn't it? Yeah. I need to double check what this one is. I'll get back to you. I'm going to learn them all a bit easier. This will be quite shaky footage just because it's on the phone until I get some sort of action camera with the image stabilisation. Once I get that, that'll help. Yeah, I need to print out a little pocket guide. I've got a tab open on my phone which has different leaves. I was just checking, but I can't do that whilst filming it. So these are even smaller, rounder leaves. I'm not sure on that one. What could this be? No, that's not birch. It could be. I'll come back 400 more knowledge. I'm just going to show you up here where there's a little bridge, a little bench in memory of something. Really nice place to just sit. Even in the 3-4 weeks since I was last here, all the vegetation's grown up massively. All this bracken is just everywhere now. Grass is a lot longer. This little plunge pool down there. Public footpath. Dennis Norvire Green's house. Lovely little bridge here. You can walk up that way, it goes on quite a long way. Lovely little bench here. Just listen to that, just birdsong and rivers, it's really, really relaxing and peaceful. Just walking up past that bridge you just saw. And on my left here you can see where a massive branch of this oak tree has just come off. Let me see if I can get a better view. The sun's kind of shining on it quite a bit on this camera. I know this is bad quality. That tree right there in the centre there you can just about see. This big branch down there has fallen off. Down there. That must have made quite a noise at the time. Ah, now is this has to be birch, yeah, it's silver. Let's check out these leaves. So they're kind of quite a few different trees with leaves that are very similar shape but they grow differently. Like there'll be more on a branch or they'll be a different size. Classic leaf shaped leaves. birch sapling. A few along here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we've got a very, very tiny birch. If you remember the older oak trees out there, it's just so many, and they're all really big, quite old. Don't actually know how to measure their age yet, it's something I need to figure out. Probably could measure their trunks, it'd give me a vague idea. It's pretty interesting to know. It's so peaceful here, as you can see. I'm not quite sure what I'm going for with these videos, whether it's just going to be a little film of just someone walking through the woods to be like a kind of chill out thing, to be quite relaxing, or it's going to be more getting involved in types of trees and different birds and wildlife. I need to increase my knowledge before I can really do much in regards to that. I wonder what that was. Looks like it's going to be really hot today again, so definitely avoid the waterproof trousers and all that. Good weather for shorts, however, there's a lot of brushing your legs against bracken and grass and all sorts of different plants, so you've got to be careful watching out for ticks or other nasties, particularly in the sheep fields. Now what's this one? I'm sure I already checked about this. It's a bit more pointed, a bit more triangular. So I was wrong before when I was pointing out all those trees that I said were birch. I'm pretty sure these are actually rowan. There's quite a lot of them about. It's quite hard to identify some of these because actually in the guidebook I've got, the leaves are a little bit smaller and less pointed. Definitely not ash because those are a bit more splayed and a bit wider apart. But yeah, didn't realise that had stopped recording. I was just saying I think this one's older. Got that kind of shiny texture. I'm pretty confident that's older. Not sure how interesting this is, it might be incredibly boring. Now hang on. See, this is where I've gotten confused. This one up here is a rowan. Yeah. Took that other one, different colour leaves, wider leaves, definitely wasn't an ash, but doesn't look like a rowan either. Strange. Oop, a bit sodden down here. This is one of my other favourite walks to go on. Again, I'm only 10-15 minutes away from the campsite. I'll show you the river up here, the pool. Right. This is a lovely little bit. Let's maybe stop with the trying to identify trees, because I'm not very good at it yet. I'll get there. It's a lovely little kind of man-made lake or pond or what have you. I think people were swimming in it last time I came here, but it doesn't look that appetising in terms of swimming. Plus we also don't know what's underneath it. Aha. There's a birch. Yes, those little spade-shaped leaves. I think what was confused me was I didn't realise that birch isn't the only tree that has that silvery kind of bark. I didn't realise that there were others. Okay, and it looks like we've got maybe a hazel growing betwixt it. Cool. I'm not sure how much battery I've got. It could be that this footage is unusable because it's so shaky. Like the Blair Witch giving people nausea and all kinds of different things. It's not looking very appetizing, as I say. Just look at the surroundings though, it's beautiful, isn't it? I just like coming out here for a few days by myself, just to walk through the woods and kind of do a bit of reading, a bit of thinking, get away from the city, get away from work, just to have some proper me time, really. I was planning on not using any technology at all and having like a 4-day dopamine detox, but that's not happened. Gets a bit swampier up along here. I got some still photographs from the last bank holiday when I came up here, so I'll put them on. This is just more film rather than still photos. The path along this way actually gets a little bit treacherous, narrow at times and a bit difficult to come across. As you'll see in a minute with this bit. Up, over or under? Let's go over. Rowan? Yeah, that's definitely Rowan. It was just that one I saw before, which looked like neither Ash nor Rowan, so... Of course, there's all sorts of hybrid trees and crossbreeds, I would have thought, so... Species. Baby birch. Larger birch. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And one here you've got so many oak saplings. There's just tons of them. There's too many to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots of more birch as well. Yeah, oak trees are definitely my favourite. I guess that's the one that is most obvious to spot and the one I'm more accustomed to seeing. I just really like the shape of them and the way they grow. How much battery have I got? 82, it's doing alright. I have a couple of portable battery chargers which are quite good. Something to take with you if you need to keep a device charged. It's a kind of rock that looks a bit like a whale. This is a double waterfall. You can see on the right hand side there it's barely trickling down. There's not been as much rainfall, so it's not quite as majestic as usual, but you've got this dense kind of woodland up here. How old it is I couldn't tell you. You can actually cross over this onto this little island here. It's a really good place to sit and meditate. I've tried, but you'd think it would be easier to meditate in nature, but I actually find it harder because there's more going on around me. I find it hard to keep my eyes closed and to stay focused. I don't know what these are. Looks like they're old sort of tree guards. I'm not quite sure why they've been taken off and left there, but I'm sure there's a reason. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much further along here because I need to save battery. Hope you've got a good look at what it's like anyway. Barely anybody around, it doesn't get that busy up here at all. I don't think that many people know it. It's only a small little area. It goes on and eventually you find the road. To follow that back around to the car park for Stanage Edge, and there's toilets there as well. Show you this little bit here. Not sure exactly what this was, some sort of mine or some sort of mill, I don't know. To do a bit more research. That's why I'm worried about going into that pond or that lake, not just because it looks sort of undesirable, but also because you don't know what's going to be under there. Could be bits of metal or all sorts of machinery. Getting a bit better at identifying trees. I'm taking photos of all the leaves here, so I can put a little slideshow together and say what sort of trees I found. It'll help me with identifying them as well. I'm getting there. It's the sort of thing when the longer you do it, the more easier it gets to remember, and you can just look at a leaf and go, right, that's that. Go back across here now. Got the old chapel, the old ruins of the chapel up along here. Lots of nifty little oak trees that you can sit under for shade. Go through here. Surprising amount of people that don't close these gates properly. If you look at it, you know, I understand that it's pretty close, solid. Nothing's really going to get through there, but it doesn't take long just to do that. But I'm always finding them open. Sometimes, but rarely, finding bits of rubbish like bottles just thrown on the ground. It just winds me up, really. There's no need to do that. You see the fields of bracken up here now. None of this was here 3-4 weeks ago. It was, but it was very, very low. Now it's almost like coming up to my chest height, and it's everywhere. There's more lovely oak trees here. Just really like them. Something primal about them, or something I can't quite describe it. Here we go. I wonder how old this one is. I had a little tape measure I could measure around the trunk, or how many hands. I know that's not very accurate, you'd have to see the rings inside, but it would give me some idea. Okay, let's go over to the chapel. We might as well while we're doing this. I'm going to go back and cook up one of my ration packs. I think I've got beef goulash. I don't know what that's going to be like. The others haven't disappointed. The spicy vegetable pasta was delicious. The ginger pudding with the ginger sauce, not so much. I wouldn't rate that one. Quite a lot of steep bits along these walks, particularly this way I'm going now. It doesn't look that bad, but it does take it out of you. It's not even 10:30 and it's very, very warm already. Oh, Holy Trinity Chapel. Let's go and have a look. That along there, down that valley is where I was just walking, and then that's the path I came up on along there. Let's check out the old Trinity Chapel. Yeah, I don't really know anything about this to know when it was built, when it's fallen into, was it knocked down, was it left into disrepair, or just don't know the story behind it. I'll have to look it up. It's only really this main window, this main arch left here. And you can kind of see it's sort of raised, but how exactly that would have looked in its full glory, I'm not sure. Maybe there's a photo somewhere online. I guess that's a good thing these days. Little fact checking is what the internet is really useful for. There's a lot I don't like about the internet, but being able to find out little things like this helps you complete the puzzle in your mind. Okay, so that must have been a wall going across there, one going there. So it was only a small chapel. You see these holes. Well, they must have had little struts or bits of metal remaining in the wall, actually. Oh, we've got some cows down there. I don't know if you can see them. This had sheep in it the last time I was here. Yeah, that zoom is terrible, isn't it? You're better off just not bothering. Right. I'm just going to walk back up here and I'll show you the hill where you often sit to kind of meditate. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. So this is where I come up and sit, basically. Sit down here on these rocks. Underneath a sycamore tree. Look down on the valley. It's a nice shaded spot. Straight down there and along the valley is where the campsite is. Just sort of in the middle of where I'm pointing now, in those trees down in the valley. That's the walk I've just come from. You follow that down around, you come for the chapel that I was just showing you. It's just really nice and peaceful, and you've got a good view of the valley. Yeah. This seems like a whole little sort of grove of sycamores, actually. I hadn't seen them in that other forest down by the river. was at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quite a few growing around the outskirts of here. I don't remember seeing them anywhere else, so... Anyway, that's about it for this bit. I'm going to head back down to camp, because it's way warmer than I thought. I need to put on some sun cream, I need to drink some water, and I'm thinking about heading into Hathersage because I need more supplies, I need some more gas for my stove. And if I'm going to be going about midday when the sun's at its zenith, then I'm going to need to put some sun cream on, because I definitely will burn. This is probably one of my favourite bits. It just goes right down to the campsite, so access for campsite users only. It's this winding little trail by a river that just goes straight down, and then I'm only about 10 metres from my tent when I get to the bottom of this. I've always wanted to film this bit because it just looks so good, especially this time of year. There's a lot more bracken about than there was May Bank Holiday when I came last. That seems to have shot up. Anyway. Oh dear. Let's get rid of that, otherwise that'll be there for thousands of years. There's always someone, isn't there? Lots of birds, lots of nesting birds around here, so you have to stick to the path. Bird box on there. Several bird boxes littered around actually. This just comes through a little bit longer and then leads to the campsite. There's so many really nice little bits like this around North Lees. There's probably at least another 2 that I left that I'll have to show you. It's just very peaceful and quiet. And naturey. That's what you're into. It's a bit cooler now I've come down from up Stannage Edge. So this is the tree that I can't identify. Let's have a closer look. These kind of fruit type berries on it. Those are kind of brown and a little bit elongated. It also has little circular green fruits or seeds on. And it also has these white ones, which I'm assuming that's what the longer brown ones turn into. Just check the kind of leaves. Now, I've not been able to identify this. If someone could let me know, that would be good. It's probably something really obvious, but it's not coming out of me. There's the trunk there, just so you can see the bark. I have light brown, grey brown kind of bark on it. Can't really see any of the buds. Ah, there we go, there's a bud on the underside there. Kind of black, encased by spiders' webs. Get a good look at this. What a way. What a way to go, eh? I mean, I think it's spiders. Yeah, so if anyone can tell me what it is, bonus points, because I can't figure it out. And then if we go up this way, and then we come around here and see more spider webs. Are they actually spiders though? I'm open to suggestions. And you can see more clearly that it's got these little These little green little buds, little fruits on them, or seeds. I'm guessing as they start up green, then they move to the white stage and then become that brown kind of elongated shape. But I'm not sure what we've got right next to it. I think we've got an ash right next to it there. Looks like it. Anyway, bonus points if you can tell me what it is, because I'm stumped.